Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Garden a Little. Today let's walk around and see what the early June has brought us. For the most part, all of the tomatoes have blossoms. This has been my earliest one. This is the Black Beauty tomato. It has grown tremendously since the last time I showed you guys. Then we have our Solar Flare. So these are slicers. This right here is a volunteer. I didn't have heart to pull it. Then here we have Pink Tiger. Again, this is a slicer. This is Oregon. This is a generic red tomato. This one's the only one that has not have blossoms yet. Then we have our Blush. This is our favorite one. Elongated sweet tomato. And then here's our Sun Gold. This one has a lot of runners. These things, you can grow a ton of these tomatoes just from this one plant, so that's great. Well guys, this is take two. It's been a week since the last intro, so let's walk around the garden and see what's new. So my cauliflower bed is looking amazing. Look at that, we got baby cauliflowers growing. We also have the image from, you know, the regular things. Kale is doing good. Russian red kale is doing good. Lettuce is bolting, which is normal. Agatha is agathaing, which is also normal. Spinach bolted a long time ago, so this spinach variety, I just need to call quits on it. Here we have our zucchini popping up. Amazing. Buena mulatas are doing good. These are weeds. I've been pulling them constantly. Milkweed, look at that. Covered in pollinators. Let's go find some strawberries for the baby girl. Strawberries have been dwindling down. Most of these varieties are June-bearing varieties. I have a few ever-bearing ones. There's usually two main varieties of strawberries, is June-bearing and ever-bearing. June-berry varieties produce in June, and the strawberries are usually bigger. Then there's ever-bearing varieties. They're smaller, but they produce throughout the season. Bzz, 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 the pcholki. Bzz. She has no fear right now of anything, so we'll see how this goes. Агуся, нельзя. Вава будет. Вава будет. Да. Как укусит тебя? Here's that packet of seeds that I spelled out. Remember that? Looks like all the collards have been coming up. If these are radishes, I actually will welcome them because I am running low on radishes. Beets came up, but only 2 came up. I showed like the whole packet. The beans are doing good here. Again, the same weed. Zucchini has been doing good. Snap peas have been producing like crazy. I need to harvest them. My cucumbers are flowering. You know, the more I see, the more I'm just like maybe crowding the space a little bit with good amount of plants that have good relationship with each other. Maybe that's not so bad because my cucumbers are looking amazing. The flowers are looking great. The peas are looking amazing. She has been snacking on the peas. So far she's a fan, especially with the young ones. Soft young peas. If we move over to this bed, this is again my Buena mulatas. They are looking great. Gotta weed a couple of things, but this is my radish that I'm leaving to go to seed. It's a monster. Look at that. It is very hard, very woody. So I wouldn't eat that right now. It's probably very spicy, but I'm gonna save the seeds from it. It is already starting to bolt, so it's gonna be there in no time. My celosius, I believe that's what it is. Yes, are coming in. So we got the yellow one and these orange ones. I got an orange one there. Rogue sunflower. I tend to leave at least one sunflower to grow. My zinnias are finally starting to do something. Looks like we'll have flowers here soon. So exciting. Jalapeno, almost flowering. There's another jalapeno. I sowed some beans in here, remember? Here they are, they're coming up. Some beans. And then my Kazakh melons are finally starting to come alive. It's been a minute. I've been waiting for them. There's the other one. I've sowed 2 packets of seeds of catnip, one in here and another one in there. I got nothing coming up, but these little sprouts, and I know this is catnip, so I'm hoping that it will come up because my cats love catnip. Agata, ty im trawku dasz? Here in this bed, I have my radishes coming up here. These are white radishes. Very excited about that. And then here's my sun gold tomato, a couple of buena mulatas. But also this bed has an infant station going on. By the way, my thyme is flowering, and then my oregano and thyme are back to normal. Remember that big haircut I gave them? Yep. My dill is doing good. Now this is the infant station. Look at that horribleness going on. Similar thing is happening here with my fava beans. Look at that. You would think that the ladybugs will come and fix it, but I have not seen a single ladybug, which is very frustrating. So these little things are aphids, and yes, they will kill the plant. They will completely demolish it, so it's not harmless. I really was hoping that the ladybugs would come and establish some sort of a ecosystem, but they have not done that, and it's been really frustrating. So I don't think I'm going to get any fava beans because they are starting to flower, but I don't think the plant is strong enough to handle the aphid infestation and produce fruit. Here right next to them we have buena mulatas that are actually flowering. Very exciting. These 2 peppers have been my first goers, so looking good. Aphids from the fava beans have been transferred to my spaghetti squash, which is very frustrating. Again, the spaghetti squash is doing amazing compared to the previous years. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is about 3 feet off the ground. Usually it's taken a lot longer, and I think it's because it's a little crowded, a little shaded perhaps. So it's working out great. Whatever it is, it's working out great. The snow peas, the snap peas, guys. Amazing. I need to harvest them. Moving on to this Swiss chard bed. Look at this giant monster. I mean, look at those. Those are great. It's about to flower. Here are the Germany peppers. Looking good. Maybe I'll go get some flowers. And then Germany tomatoes. They're looking great. Там он приехал, да? Да. Here is my squashes. They're looking great. We're gonna have some flowers soon. They're branching out. There's my red celosia. Here is my blush. We already have a couple of tomatoes here forming. Need to trim it, but yeah, the squash is taking off finally. Gotta rip that off. But the corn has not come up at all. At all. I actually dug up a couple of spots just to like check, and they will have like these things. So the actual, corn itself is growing, but it's like not poking through. So maybe I need to go ahead and just uncover them. Maybe help them out to see the sunlight. But it's just like not coming up. Okay, I saved my most disastrous bed for last. So right behind me is my tomato bed. It has exploded over the past week. Oi, what you do, buddy? It has exploded over the couple of weeks, and I need to tend to it. So let's do it. Let's tend to it. There. Okay, so I have the steaks here that are ready to be staked up for the tomatoes, but most of my tomatoes are about, well, some of them about 2 feet, 3 feet tall, but they are looking healthy tomatoes. We have quite a bit of fruit already on the blushes. That's our favorite tomato. But Sun Gold, Black Beauty are not too far from that. And then we have the Orange Flare ones also flowering, doing good. So I need to trim them, stake them up, tie them up, clean it up. Let's go over how I trim my tomatoes because they are in close proximity. I don't want the moisture to build up. I want the circulation to be there, which eliminates fungus, pests, things like that. So let's trim a few tomatoes, slow motion, and then speed up the whole process. So this is one of my Sun Gold tomatoes. This has exploded. Completely exploded. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim any leaves that are touching the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these leaves, and I'm going to get rid of them just demonstration purposes. Then we're following the main stalk. Here's the main stalk. Here it is. We have a couple of different suckers. How do I know that they are suckers? Because this is the leaf right here. And right between the leaf and the stem, I see another stem. So other people will call it leaders, right? So I got all of these different leaders or suckers, which is not bad. It's going to be a bushy tomato, going to produce a bunch, but I don't have a spot for a bushy tomato. So I'm going to trim it to one leader or one full stem. So once I clean it up, it will look quite skinny. And I'm going to clean it up real good. I'm going to actually leave this stem be, even though it is a sucker, because we have a leaf here, main stem here, and this is a second stem. It's far enough off the ground, so if I clean this up, you can see it a little better. It's far enough off the ground that enough airflow is going to come from the bottom. And so I'm not too worried about it now. So if it starts branching out from this point forward, I'm just going to leave it be. But this is important. For me, it's important to trim everything on the bottom, ensure good circulation, and protect my plants. So I am going to do, so you see how much cleaner it looks now? I'm going to do that with the rest of this patch and use those stakes to stake up my tomatoes. Okay, so one row done, but look how much cleaner it looks. So much more airflow, much healthier plants. They'll produce a ton of fruit. I'll tie them up. Now, same thing needs to happen over there. See you in a second. Okie dokie, look at that. So much better, so much cleaner. I'm also gonna trim this lupine a little bit lower so we have some sunlight to my spaghetti squashes. Those lupine flowers had these pods, if you remember. I'm going to collect them. You really ideally want to wait until they dry out, but inside here you'll see seeds. They're like small round black seeds for more lupines, but I feel like I have a good patch going on here. I don't need any more in this area, but I'll save these seeds. They'll probably cross-pollinated somewhere, so it'll be interesting to see what comes up of them, but I'll save them, probably plant them somewhere else. I will start trimming these tomatoes and staking them up probably in another week. They're still too small right now, really not bothering each other, so I'll leave them be. Same thing with those tomatoes over here. Again, this is my blush tomato and sun gold tomato. They're far enough from each other. I'm not too worried about it. I want to dig up these corn seedlings and see if they got anything at all for me. So let's see if anything's here. Maybe the thing that happened is that maybe I covered them too deeply. Or maybe the seeds were just bad seeds. I'm not sure. Gotta get rid of this guy. Keeps coming back. Pretty sure that's one. So maybe it's just the seeds, because there's one that came up perfectly fine through the shavings. This one is about to poke out, but like everywhere else it's just missing. So I'm not sure. Not sure what that was all about. I have done that before and everything came up fine, so maybe it's just the seeds. Okay, one more thing I want to get to before it's time to head in is get rid of this aphid infestation. So what I'm going to do is actually trim it all the way to the root and get rid of it using some gloves. I don't think that is aphids. I think it's some sort of bug that only affects like onions. So, because they're not anywhere else besides chives and this green onion patch. I'm not sure where they are, but I didn't want to put the glove on either because it has a spider in there. So I just am getting rid of this whole patch of chives. I know they can come back, so we'll see if they will, but that was disgusting. Does it look like I have a heat stroke going on? I feel like I do. The garden is looking amazing. It's looking fantastic. Daughter's inside because it's pretty hot, but it's looking great. I just need to wait until the sun goes down and water it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully I encouraged you to go garden a little bit, even in this hot, humid weather. And I'll see you next time. Bye.